Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing a stock analysis on GoPro. Now if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and of course remember, this isn't financial advice, this is purely entertainment and educational purposes. Now you probably all know what GoPro is, but in case you don't, they make cameras, quite small cameras, which are very durable. So they can withstand water, high pressure and high temperature and all that kind of stuff. Now personally I have to say I like the product GoPro makes, I think a lot of people do, but the stock itself is quite horrible. As you can see, just look at this graph, it is just downhill permanently. And the reason for that is, I think if you don't know this, Tupperware, the company that makes, containers for food and stuff, recently just went out of business. And I think it's the same case with GoPro. Their problem is their product is simply too good. So you buy GoPro once, it lasts you 10, 15 years. Maybe you buy a new one, but it's really not that many sales, and they're quite expensive, the cameras that GoPro makes. So their customer base is very niche, and I don't think the case for the company exists that great, because other companies like Nikon and other huge ones like Canon also make small durable cameras now. However, I do think there is one case for GoPro, and that is a takeover candidate. What I mean by this is GoPro has a huge brand, a very large brand. Say a company like Nikon or Canon or Sony and whatever want to buy GoPro and make them part of their brand, because I think there is still merit to the case, but I think that GoPro as a standalone company, I don't see it working out as great. But if it were a takeover candidate, then it could streamline the production and cut employees, which would be a great for the company. So if you want to take a gamble on it, I haven't heard anything about this, I have to say, but it is just my own thoughts. Otherwise, I really don't see why it is still trading on the stock exchange if people don't see it as a takeover candidate. I personally see it as a takeover candidate, and something that happens when companies get taken over is the stock price usually jumps quite high, often by 40 to or sometimes 200% is typically within a range. Of course, that is 200 is the highest, but the lower a stock is valued, the higher the price jumps. That is the only scenario I can see where you're gonna make money with GoPro, unless you buy it on a swing trade like currently, where we see the earnings are in 7 days. And as you can see, previously we did see earnings that it was earnings here and then it increased, and then we had earnings here and it increased and fell down, earnings here increased and then fell down. Maybe it's going to happen again, who knows. We did even see a small increase just before the earnings, because this pattern is quite recognizable. As you can see, it also happened over here. So maybe that's the way you want to play this, but of course if you do this, it's your own money at stake. I personally would not buy this. In their earnings, you can see they actually surprise quite often. And this is quite impressive if you ask me, but still, as you can see, it is in minus because they don't make any actual money. Now, of course, they don't pay out any dividends, and they never have. As you can see in their income statements, the last year they made any real money was in 21, where they made $371 million, which with great margins. But besides from that, it has been downhill, and they lost $432 million last year. And as you can see, their revenue is also falling. Not only their income is getting bigger or lower and lower. Now, if you take a look at the graph in its entirety, as you can see, it has been a dog shit company to own. Most of the years it is down, and as you can see, we have 1 year that is down by more, with less I mean, than double digits. But imagine if you bought it in 22, you're down, then you lose 53%, then you lose 31% of that, and then you lose 68% of that. It is insane. We do see some years here with great gains, but in the 11 years it has been here, we have 3 out of then, and then you have 8 years with losses. So really, it's a horrible company to get into. Now, technicals for this is, for the day it is sell, surprise, surprise, and for the month it is of course still a sell, because look at this, it is just a downhill trajectory. So really, I hate this company. I am also biased because I don't see the case, of course. But of course, always do your own research before you buy any real stocks. Now, as you can see in the estimates, we have horrible estimates. I've never seen so bad analyst ratings on a stock before, to be honest. As you can see here, we have 2 hold and 1 strong sell, and the average rating is a sell. With the max hold is up by 70% at $1, and then we have the average is at about 68 cents, no 65 cents, which would be up like 11% from where we're currently at, no more, like 19%. And then the strong sell is at 30 cents. So as you can see, really not a great company. As you can see, also their estimated earnings is, they say they're going to lose money in this year in 25, and then they're going to make no money at all, or maybe they just don't forecast it. But as you can see, they expected to make money some of these years, but just look at it. It is really poor to see just, yeah, as you see, it's quite interesting that they don't make any real money. As you can see just how little these are and just how much they lost last year. I haven't been able to find out if it was because they made huge investments or what they did, but last year they really did not make any real money at all. So yeah, of course, be careful in stocks like this. Also, because everyone who bought before you is gonna want to get out to minimize the loss, which means that say you buy in right here, and you see it increases to this at maybe 80 cents. Oh damn! Then you're up by 20, maybe 30%. Get the fuck out! I don't think I'm gonna take 60% because everyone who bought here then is want to get out. But also it's just a 30% increase from where it's currently at. So maybe people who bought here is gonna want to sell at that price because then they will minimize their losses. That is something that often happens in stocks like this where it's just been downhill road for a long time. The second it gains a bit of positivity itself, it loses it again, and that is also what most likely happened here. Is people see, oh, my loss is getting smaller, I'm gonna sell. So that I think is gonna happen here as well. Now, if you like this video, as I said, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any other companies you want me to make a stack on that stuff, please leave it in the comment section below.